Hey guys, and what is up? It's your boy Tise here. Last October saw the release of Sonic X Shadow Generations, a remaster of Sonic Generations bundled with a new game starring Shadow the Hedgehog. However, the Sonic Generations remaster is a bit of a disappointment, and I want to talk about why that is. First of all is the unnecessary rewrite and redub of the game's script. In their attempt to fix Generations' already bare-bones story, they've rewrote nearly the whole script to change words for the sake of changing them.
It's the last look you'll get before I close your eyes forever. It's the last thing you'll see in this world.
Shove more words into what were originally short lines.
It was great teaming up with you. Hope you learned a few tricks that'll help you out in the future. I mean, the past. You know what I mean. It was great teaming up with you, or me. Maybe this will fast-track you to learning some new tricks in the future. Wait, I mean, past. Ugh, time travel's a chore.
Lower references which feel forced in and unnatural, compared to references to past games that the original Generations already made.
This chemical plant feels familiar. I'd never forget a smell like this. And that pink water makes me really nervous for some reason. This is definitely the chemical plant, but we're not remotely on Westside Island. Did that monster do this?
The worst of all is the new redub of all the characters. I don't know if it's because of bad voice direction or the voice actors simply having aged, but nearly all of the characters sound much worse than they did in the original game.
Thanks for saving me, Sonic. It was scary in the dark, but I tried to be brave. Thank you for saving me, Mr. Sonic. It was so scary, but I tried to be really brave.
Which makes Generations' already not that good cutscenes even less enjoyable to watch. Secondly, they've went and censored a load of stuff in this remaster of an already E for everyone rated game. They've made adjustments to Rouge's character model to make her less risque.
Thanks, buddy. The thing that snatched me was like nothing I've ever seen before. Watch out. Come to think of it, you're nothing like the Sonic I've seen before. Thank you, Blue. That thing that grabbed me was like nothing I've ever seen before. Watch out. Come to think of it, you're looking nothing like I remember either.
Despite the fact that they had no problem with the way she looked just a year prior in Sonic Dream Team, and they did such a good job that part of her character model now clips into her chin. They've also scrubbed Amy Rose of most of her old personality traits in regards to her showing affection towards Sonic.
You saved me, Sonic. I was afraid I'd never be able to flirt with you again. You saved me, Sonic. I'll be sure to return the favor next time around.
Which they've admittedly been toning down that part of her personality in more recent games, to the point where she's basically a plank of wood with a nothing burger character arc in Sonic Frontiers. But that's still no reason to retroactively scrub her old personality traits in a remaster of a game released over 10 years prior. And they've even removed silly jokes like Knuckles asking Classic Sonic if he's gained weight, which is a reference to how Classic Sonic's design is more rotund compared to modern Sonic's design.
Thanks, Sonic. You did a good job back there. Hey, did you gain weight?
Thanks, Sonic. Now then, tell me, where is the rest of my island?
Though they were too lazy to update Classic Sonic's animation where he looks down on his stomach, which makes no sense now. Sonic shoving his hand in Amy's face to stop her from hugging him.
You totally got me this time. I had no idea. You totally got me this time. I had no idea.
And Amy pushing Knuckles into a tree.
I'll admit, you weren't half bad, Sonic.
Half bad? Are you kidding? He was all great! He collects...
I'll admit, you weren't half bad, Sonic.
Half bad? Are you kidding? He was all great! So, I have a...
Finally, while they've made all these dumb changes that didn't need to be made, they haven't fixed Generations' technical issues including bugs, glitches and pop-in, and have even sprinkled in some new bugs and glitches to boot too. Aside from increasing a game's resolution and frame rate, polishing up a game and fixing its bugs and whatnot is the bare minimum of what I expect to see in a remaster. But clearly that wasn't much of a priority for Sega and Sonic Team when they were making this remaster. I could look past all the dumb changes made in this remaster if it was simply more polished than the original game, but it's not, as it has the same technical issues as well as new bugs and glitches. Thus, whenever I decide to play Sonic Generations nowadays, I always pick the original version from 2011 because it's simply the more polished version. And I prefer to play a game at 30 FPS that's more polished to a 60 FPS game that's less polished and more buggy. Which is also why I play the Xbox 360 backwards compatible version of Sonic Generations on my Xbox Series S with the FPS boost turned off, as it makes that version of the game more buggy when you have it on. So yeah, those are my reasons as to why I think the Sonic Generations remaster is a bit of a disappointment. And while it's still a relatively fine way to play the game, it's still a downgraded experience nonetheless in my opinion. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching my video, I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed watching the video, then I'm glad you enjoyed watching it too. Anyway, I'll see you all later in the next video. Peace out guys.